Hey guys, welcome to our next lesson. We're going to continue with three-dimensional shapes, but we are moving on from surface area to the volume of prisms. So we're only going to be looking at prisms today, and we're going to be finding volume. Now volume is all about the inside, whereas surface area was all about the space on the outside. Now we want to know, what is the space inside the object? So to figure that out for a prism, we use the same formula for every prism. The volume of a prism equals big B times H, where the big B stands for the area of the base and the H is the height. Now, why would we take the area of the base and times it by the height to figure out what's on the inside? How much could something hold? Well, let's just think about a Kleenex box here. Okay, so if this is our Kleenex box, this is a rectangular prism. If I wanted to know how many Kleenexes could it hold, what was the space inside of here, I would take the area of the base. So the area of the base is 1 Kleenex. We'll measure it, okay? And we lay it down. Well, if I want to know how many it could hold, I'm just going to multiply that area of the base times the height to find out that our volume is area of the base times height. So now we're going to take that formula and we're going to apply it to these practice problems. Okay, so we have 5 problems we're going to look here, 5 different types of shapes, and we're going to go step by step. So hopefully you have a whiteboard or a sheet of paper, you've printed these out, something to write with, a calculator, and your formula sheet as a reference in case you still haven't memorized those formulas. Keep working on that. You can do it. I know you can. But until you have them completely memorized, don't be afraid to use that. So I've got my calculator. I got something to write with. Hopefully you do too. And let's start by looking at a rectangular prism. Okay? So let's look at our first shape. Remember that volume of any shape is the area of the base times the height. Now the height is always going to be the shape or the side that connects the two bases. So here is my base. My base is a 5 by 4 rectangle. So the base, I got to find that big B, the area of base, is a 5 by 4 rectangle, or 20. And then I find that other base, and the side that connects them, that is the height of the prism. So big B would be 20, and H, the height, would be 8. The height was H. So now I can find my volume. 20 times 8, so you can work that out, or I'm okay if you use your calculator on these. I get 160. Now we have to talk units. It's not squared anymore because we have a centimeter times a centimeter times a centimeter. So if we write that in exponential form, we get centimeters cubed. We now are branching into cubic units. It's all this space on the inside. Remember, volume's on the inside, surface area is all about the outside. So now, let's look at a triangular prism. Remember, when we named these shapes, we named them by their bases. I talked about that in an earlier video. And so, although this looks like it's sitting on a rectangle, that's not the base. We name it by the bases, a triangular prism. So that means the base shape is a triangle, okay? And in this case, is a right triangle. So let's go ahead and start finding the volume. Remember, volume equals area of the base times height. So let's find that base area, this right triangle here. The right triangle is at 8 by 4. Base times height divided by 2. Remember, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So 8 times 4 is 32 divided by 2 is 16. Now, we have two congruent bases, and the side that connects them is the height. So the big B, 16, times the height, 12. So I'm going to rewrite that down here. Area of the base times the height. And you can use your calculator. 16 times 12 is 192 cubic units, since they did not specify. Perfect. You've now done a triangular prism. Now we have a cube. Remember, a cube, all 6 sides are the same. All squares are the same. So, volume equals area of the base times height. So let's find the area of the base. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. And since it's a cube, that means all sides are the same. So area of the base, 6 times 6, times the height, times 6. 6 times 6 times 6. 216 units cubed. Now, a cube is special. It has its own special formula because each of these are all the same. It's a side times a side times a side, which is the side cube. So for a cube, you can also use this formula. But if you don't remember, it's okay because this works for every shape. You just plug in what you know. And let's do another one. Once again, it's a prism. In this case, we have a pentagonal prism. If they give us a shape that we don't know how to find the base, we don't know how to find the area of a pentagon, we haven't been practicing that, so they will give you big B. So they told us the area of the base already. So remember, volume equals area of the base times height. Volume equals, we can put in the area of the base times the height. Well, I need to know the height. Well, if the base is a pentagon, remember the height connects the two. So our height is 6. So yeah, 45 times 6, 270 meters cubed. Perfect, because we have a meter squared times a meter, we still get cubic units. One last problem. Here we have another prism, okay? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's an octagonal prism, 8 sides here, 2 octagons connected by rectangles. We still use, it doesn't matter what that base shape is, as long as it's a prism, we're going to use the volume equals area of the base times height. So they give us big B. So I'll plug in for B, 16 times 4. And now I need the height, the side that connects the 2 octagons, the 2 bases, 4.5. That's going to be my volume. So I can plug it into my calculator. And I get 73.8, and it is inches cubed. And that is how we solve volume. So I think you guys are ready now to try it on your own. I think you're going to do great. So continue through the module and keep practicing. You're going to do awesome. And remember, we have office hours on Mondays, so check in if you need any help. Good luck.